Phoebe's Handmade. This is a podcast all about creating your own handmade wardrobe, and today we are talking about my new hand-dyed yarn company. So if you missed the announcement, please make sure you click on the video below this, and I will put it up on the screen too, and it explains all about my new exciting venture. So, Curated Yarn Co, it's happening, guys, and I have already got yarn all packed up and ready for an update. So we will be selling on Etsy to start with. I've looked at various other shopping sites, but at the moment we're going to start on Etsy. So I'm going to have quite a large shop update for me. There will be sweater quantities if you are looking for fingering weight 4-ply. So the maximum amount you could buy in one go is going to be about 1200 yards. So that would be perfect for a sweater for most sizes. That's not going to be the case forever. I will always endeavour to try and create sweater quantities, and I will let you know when there is specifically sweater quantities available. But this is the first update, so be gentle with me. I'm trying my best to just see how this goes. So I thought I would show you colours in kind of collections and themes, because I think that's a good way to look at things. I've admired lots of different yarn companies and how they do their updates, and I really like this way for me creating small collections that kind of work together. So the first collection I'm going to show you is based around ages and eras. So going with the curated theme, thinking museums, thinking history, I was really inspired by that. I decided to kind of create a collection based on those things to start with. So this is going to be an autumnal collection, and it's absolutely beautiful, and they will probably be standard tonal colourways that I will carry in the shop. I'm hoping that I can repeat all of these really accurately. So let me show you the collection. So there is 6 colourways in this particular collection, and here they are. So this is the start of the autumn collection, which is based on periods in history. So we start off with these 2. There will also possibly be a silver grey coming into the collection soon, but at the moment I'm still developing it. So these 2 are Stone Age, and this is Bronze Age. So as you can see, Stone Age is an ecru base with kind of speckles of kind of oranges and tonal blues and greys. It's a really lovely neutral colourway, and it's actually great with a lot of these as a good basis. So for shawls or garments where you want to do colour work, it's a really nice sort of speckle with a few washes of kind of greys. This one was based on kind of stone from places that I've lived in the past, so Bath in particular, particularly interested in the stone around there, and Avebury, which is also very near Stonehenge. So Avebury also has some standing stones, and this sort of reminded me of Avebury and those kind of colours of the stone around that area. Then we have Bronze Age. So Bronze Age is a gorgeous tonal brown and red and pumpkin orange. It is glorious. So Bronze Age is quite a complicated colourway actually, and it's a perfect autumn colourway. It is dark deep browns, pumpkin orange, reds, kind of gold in there as well, and as soon as I dyed it I thought this would make the most gorgeous Rhinebeck sweater. It has just got that vibe to it for me. So this one is Bronze Age. Again, I have a few of each of these. I've not gone overboard for the first update, but that's not to say that these colourways won't be back if you miss out on them the first time. In fact, all of these colourways go together really well. You could use all of them interchangeably. This, I think, is possibly one of my favourites, although it's hard to have a favourite. This is Tudor. Now, this one is notorious for being difficult to dye, but it is one of my favourites. It is similar to Bronze Age. It's similar to Bronze Age, but if I hold them together, you can see the difference. So this is Bronze Age on my ring finger on my left hand, and this is Tudor. So you've got a lot more dark brown in tonality in Bronze Age, but Tudor just has this sheen and it's absolutely glorious. So as the name suggests, it's designed and based around Tudor England and kind of the time of King Henry VIII into the kind of Elizabethan age as well. I kind of toyed with the name, but I think this is going to be Tudor. I looked at kind of Renaissance as well, but I think it just screams Tudor to me. As a kid, I was really obsessed with the Tudor period in time. You learn it in primary school, and I think it was one of the first things that really captured my imagination about kind of history and objects and design and people's lives. Then we go on to the pinks and purples. So again, these are kind of variations of each other, and this means that they go together so well. So we have Chioggia. For all those Italians, I'm really sorry if I've said that wrong, but I think that's how you say it. It's Chioggia. And this is this gorgeous beetroot pink. And it, again, is a very rich colour. A lot of these colours have been kind of veil dyed for those who do any dyeing, and I've built up quite a lot of colour on them. So this is Chioggia, and this one is Victoriana. So Victoriana is of course based on the kind of Victorian era, and this is her. So it's this rich purple which makes me think of Victorian interiors, and there's a great book actually, and I think there was a series about kind of death and risks in the Victorian home, and things to do with interiors being really dangerous, so arsenic in green wallpaper and purple dye. It was the first kind of time where they started to create synthetic dye, so purple was a really rich colour, and then they sort of managed to start creating it chemically, and so that's why this is Victoriana, and it is this gorgeous tonal purple and pink. So this is a glorious one, and again these go really nicely together, almost in a kind of fade. They are using very similar dyes. So here we are. So Chioggia is the top and Victoriana is the bottom. Also pairs beautifully with Bronze Age. So this is Chioggia, Bronze Age, Tudor and Chioggia, Tudor and Victoriana, and Victoriana and Bronze Age. So as you can see, they're all designed to work together. Then we have the last one in this particular grouping. So like I said, these are kind of autumnal colours. Some are inspired by history, some are not. This one isn't. This is Autumn Berry, and that's a better representation of it. It's this beautiful mauvey pink. Again, it goes really nicely with all of these colours. So that's it with Tudor, Autumn Berry and Bronze Age, Autumn Berry and Victoriana, and Autumn Berry and Chioggia. So as you can see, they are all working really beautifully together. If you're at all interested, let me know if you would like some of these in sets, because what I might do is create a few 3 skein sets with these later on. They are not the only colours going into the first update. I also have a water and sea themed grouping, and so these also can work really well with the kind of autumnal history collection, but they are much brighter, much more fun colours. At the moment I really love dyeing lots of different things, and I will probably refine it as we go, but as most dyers know, it's fun to practice, it's fun to play and create different colourways, and there are going to be a few one-of-a-kind sets going into the shop this time too. So continuing on with the full skeins that we will have in the shop, this is one of those kind of bridging colours that I absolutely love, and I hope that I can continue to keep in the shop, and this one is Royal Blood. So this is looking deeper on the screen. That's it. So this is a tonal blue and it's called Royal Blood. That's a better colour representation. So it's this lovely blue. It's not a super deep blue. It's the kind of royal blue that we all think of when we think of royalty. So I say this is a bridging colour because it works really well with two of the collections. So it works beautifully with the ages, all of my ages, if you like. So that's Bronze Age, Tudor, Georgia, and Autumnberry. Actually, Autumnberry really brings out the kind of softness of this colour, so I like that as a kind of contrasting. So that's Royal Blood. Royal Blood is inspired by specifically 18th century France and those sorts of, all of the Louis and the French royal court before the Revolution. So I say it's a bridging colour because it also goes with the sea-themed yarns that I have going into the shop. Some of these are the first colourways that I dyed and I just thought, these are it. Sea-themed colours starts with Blue Planet. Now this was named as soon as I made it, and I've been practicing dyeing for the last couple of years, so this colourway has been close to my heart. And here it is. This is Blue Planet. And so as you can see, it's very different from the Ages and History collection, but it is gorgeous. I'm just going to unravel this one so that you can see inside, because this is, there we go. So as you can see, the blues tone really beautifully. There is also some kind of greeny speckles. There's also blue speckles. So as you can see, this would blend so beautifully with lots of blues and greens. It's particularly good, a little bit there, speckling. So I choose to twist it with the blues either side out so that you get a kind of ombre effect. That doesn't mean that you couldn't twist it the other way. So it doesn't mean that you couldn't twist it in a way that meant that you have the colour stripes going through the skein itself, or to twist it this way so you get kind of like these kind of waves, I suppose. So let me know if you like it this way rather than the dip dye kind of way. It's so difficult to choose when you're making colourways like this which way to twist it. I will show it on the website both ways. The next one in this collection is actually a corally orange, and this is Coral Reef. Again, this was an early colourway, but one I really love, and those who know me know I wear a lot of coral and pinks and those sorts of tones. So this is Coral Reef, which is a tonal coral with coral speckles. Again, it goes beautifully with quite rich colours. I think this goes beautifully with Chioggia and actually that brings the tone and the strength of that coral down a little bit. I think these two would be gorgeous together. So these are all inspired by water, so these colourways will be developed and the collections will also be developed so that you know, we can have variations on themes. The last skein that I'm going to show you is the last of the full skeins that I have in the update. What I will say to you is some of these are on BFL base and some of them are on the 75-25. I will let you know on the website which ones are which, but the dye does take slightly differently. So this one is on a 75-25 and it is absolutely beautiful and it's one of my favourites. I know I've said that about so many of them, but this is Seascape. And this, to me, reminds me of Cornwall, and Cornwall is a very special place to us. It reminds me of sea glass. It's not as pale as sea glass, which is why it's called Seascape. It reminds me of the art that you see in the galleries around kind of St Ives and all of those sorts of gorgeous places. If you've ever been to the very southwest of England, you will know what we're talking about. So there is gorgeous speckles in that green and blue again. It pairs absolutely beautifully and perfectly with Blue Planet. So that's those together. Again, they use very similar dyes, so they blend beautifully. It also looks great with Royal Blood, and they contrast really nicely. And also they are all designed to go together in these collections, so I think these would make a really fun shawl collection too. So you've got Blue Planet, Coral Reef and Seascape. So that's what's going in the update for the first ever Curated Yarn Co update. What I'm going to do is I'm going to film a separate video to show you the mini sets that are going in and give you a bit of background as to why they are slightly different to the rest. So this update that I'll be doing, the first update of Curated Yarn Co, will be on Etsy. It'll be etsy.co.uk or .com depending on where you are, and it will be /Curated Yarn Co. You can follow us on Instagram at Curated Yarn Co. You can also, of course, follow my YouTube channel. You can also follow me personally on Instagram at BB Handmade. And we will see you for the next video all about the minis that are going into our first update. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.